Welcome to the Sol demo, which is an opentelemetry first agent based on Datadog vector. So it's a true fork. The reason is for simplicity, because vector introduced different protocols like vector, but specific implementation and features from Datadog, which is not really handy and could impact performance and resources. So here is why Sol, why not using OpenTelemetry collector contrib. So to be honest, it's a great tool, but well, let's say if you have many hosts to monitor, consuming memory and CPU can impact your production load first and your build. So this is the goal of Sol. It's to benefit from the REST efficiency because by running some benchmark, we can see that there is uh, much less memory consumed and much less CPU used. And to be honest, it's close to the OpenTelemetry hotel country performance between 95, 98, or 99% of the throughput, but it consumes less file resources, which is quite great. And for some scenarios like the real tail sampling, so it's beats clearly OpenTelemetry collector contrib by a factor of 2. So it's quite interesting to see this benchmark in details. And with the recent pull request, for instance, I merged. But let's jump to the demo directly, and we will review performance. So the demo is available as a simple Docker Compose file, available directly on the project under the folder demo benchmarks. You can find not benchmark but the hotel sorry solgrafana.net demo. All right, and the only things you have to do is like to run the app.sh. So I already run that demo over here, so you can see several services in place. So there is only two .NET application over here, just for the sake of having real traffics based on application. So obviously, all benchmarks are done thanks to telemetry gen from OpenTelemetry collector contrib. Uh, and inside the demo folder over here, so it's quite handy to see in GitHub, for instance, you can review all the architecture involved. So as I mentioned, you have two .NET clients, two .NET, sorry, apps client service and database, Postgres database. You have all the Sol pipeline used and Grafana is good to me stacks. Um, and over here, we can see red dashboard uh, templates, which are also available on the demo folder. And you can see that over here, you will have all the telemetry forwarded from Sol. In the demo, you will have the Sol agent acting as a gateway. Over here, you will have the load balancer, which is really used for the trace uh, load balancing, and you can find all um, error uh, and tail sampling features, like if you would like to add some policies like the tail sampling policies for the latency and errors. It's also available as OpenTelemetry collector control. All right. So now over here we can see several metrics, including rates for the P95, P50, and so on. You will find all the instrumentation for the .NET application over here, and uh, you will see that it integrates also logs. Sol integrates also all the tail sampling through that demo by following this link. And you will see that we will get only the error choices over here, but also uh, uh, higher latency. When the latency is higher than 100 milliseconds, you will we will get the trace and it will become available in Tempo. So over here, we can see that all the demo is working, which means that Sol is quite production ready to use over here. I integrated also to monitor host health the node exporter uh, dashboard, but adjusted from the Sol instrumentation, which is simply vector host metric based. All right, so you can review um, all the panel over here to quickly view the host health metrics within one agent, which is quite good. And again, you can review all the pipelines from Sol directly because it's really important to monitor the Sol pipeline. Well, it's really important to monitor agent pipelines so in observability. So that's why you will have very on the Sol pipeline dashboard available to the demo. You can review all signal flows, including traces, metrics, and logs with input and output. So over here, we can quickly view that for pipeline, which filters useless traces are really okay because we are accepting clearly something like 50 requests per second while we are just exporting only 3 or 4 requests, which means that Sol pipeline is really working. And over here, you can control source and things errors with the retry. So what is very maybe different from Vector is that we differentiate when there is a retry because in Vector you can only see that there is a retry indefinitely, but you do not have any metrics for, which at some point can be really hard to investigate when you have infinite retry, for instance. And over here, you will find all the tail sampling pipeline, meaning that you can review sample, drops, and effective sampling ratio, which just the same value that we can have over here, approximately. Well, and over here, we can see the service graph because this is the brand new features of our vector, including all the load balancing and so on, which is not actually supported inside vector, but was supported inside opentelemetry collector contrib, but with uh, different resource consumption. And to show you how it works, you can explore, you can go back to Tempo over here. So, I would like to explore quickly. Okay, jump to Tempo, and over here we can see the service graph. Well, so it's not a huge service graph because it's for the sake of the simplicity, but you have a quick overview about the fact that the service graph features is working properly inside Sol. So that's all for the demo. I hope you will enjoy, and I hope that you will run benchmark on your hand to see if Sol match your needs.